Hi, this is Julie with Beadaholique, and in this video I want to introduce you to Vintage's fall collection. I also want to show you how to make a quick pair of earrings out of several of these pieces. So let me first show you some of these gorgeous new pieces by Vintage. You have this quite large pendant, which actually I think would also be quite beautiful set down into crystal clay if you were making a compact or some other type of accessory. Got these bead caps, both small and large. Some great large scale twisted jump rings, a pretty butterfly, these puzzle pieces with a top drilled hole to hang them by, some really lovely connectors, these leaves. I'm going to show you what their back looks like and what their front looks like. Nice scale to them. Nice large earring hooks, hoops, some more drops, and then this really cool fox, which would look great just hung from a chain. Now, like I said, I do want to take a couple of these pieces and turn them into an earring so you can see how they all do coordinate so nicely together. So I'm going to take these guys here, along with these guys, the earring hooks, and then all I'm going to add are a couple eye pins and a couple of these pretty Chinese glass red beads. So first off, we're going to take the bead and just put the eye pin through it and make a simple wire loop at the top. These are wire looping pliers that I'm using. And where the wires crisscross, we're just going to take some flush cutters and snip off the excess wire. And we're going to do the same for the other bead. One of the really nice things about the Vintage line is all the pieces look great together. So it really takes the guesswork out of designing. There's so many different things you can do with them that the possibilities really are endless, but you know you're always going to end up with a really nice looking piece. So now these are this wonderful dark natural brass color, and I want to pull out some of the details, and I'm going to do that by using the Vintage relief block. And all you need to do is really rub it over the top of your piece, and you can see that we're pulling out the details by exposing some of that brass below it. So it really changes the look quite dramatically. You can see I'm not being too careful. I'm really going quite quickly. And we're going to do that with the little connector piece as well. I want to show you the before and after on this piece as well. Both are lovely looks, just different. Okay, and now time to connect our earring. So I'm going to take a pair of chain nose pliers. I'm going to open that loop that I just made. I'm going to open it like a jump ring. And I'm going to connect it to my little connector piece. And then I'm going to close that loop back up. And then I'm going to open the loop on the other side. And because I used an eye pin and made a simple loop, I don't need to use any jump rings for this project. Close it back up. I'm going to go ahead and do the other piece the same way. All right, so what you do want to note, and I don't think I did it on this one, let's see. I want to make sure this hangs the right way. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. So here we go. We've got the little pretty pendant hanging there. And now what we want to do is we want to make sure our loops are facing the same direction. You can do that just by holding one loop and twisting the other. I forgot to do that in the first step. Okay, now we want to make sure that our connector piece is facing forward so that when this earring hangs from your ear, all the pieces that you want facing forward will face forward. And I don't think I did that on my first one. So here we go. And that looks correct. But let me look at this guy here. nope, my loops are off. Okay, so again, all you have to do is you hold one of the loops, and I want it to be facing this way. Here we go. And then you're just going to take your pliers and twist so the loops are facing the same direction. So they're both facing forward. And now my earring will hang correctly. Now I'm going to connect on one of these earring loops and close it. I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the other side. Now, one thing to note about these larger earring findings is that your ear is going to be right up here. So this is going to cause the earring to hang lower, which I think works really well with this particular design, but just keep that in mind when you're looking at a earring finding that is of this scale. Think about where your ear is going to hang, and then think about where your focus and your focal piece will hang. So just like that, we created a really pretty pair of earrings using a couple of the new components from Vintage's fall collection and just one really striking, colorful bead. You can find all of these pieces, as well as the instructions for this project, at Beadaholique.com.